Hi, my name is Sanjay Fernandez and I'm one of the co-founders of Soul Colombia. Our purpose is to transform the future of education here in Colombia, and we do it by using Soul. Soul stands for a self-organized learning environment. Basically, a soul is a place where you have people, less computers than people, with connection to internet and big questions. People self-organize to find the answers to the big questions using the internet. There's no teachers needed. And it's a very powerful solution to let people be curious and learn how to learn on their own, but in groups. We started doing this over 5 years ago. We started scaling this methodology to thousands of places, public spaces like public libraries, public schools, public kiosks, where the government had set up computers and internet and they weren't being used. And it's been a very powerful tool for both the education world, but also to empower communities for their self-work. For example, this guy, this is Robinson. He was 19 years old when we showed him how to do Soul, and he started doing Soul 5 years ago. And he's been able to transform his community by empowering them to do entrepreneurial projects throughout their Soul, with questions like, how do I make my crop more efficient? How do I get another source of income different than my crop? And therefore, what they've done is they've started creating projects in coffee, in bakeries. They've done bags with recycled material as something which has resulted from their Soul. And this guy's basically become the rock star of his village because people go to him for the internet and to answer questions. There's also the story of this woman. She's a teacher in Cartagena. Her name is Maria. And she's been using Soul to teach her students of 9th, 10th, and 11th grade how to develop citizen skills. And what they do is basically use Soul as a way of learning how to be autonomous and how to ask for things. And that way they've taught other teachers and other teachers in the school how to use Soul for their classes. Also, we have used them to... They have now gone all the way to the Secretariat of Education of Cartagena to convince them that they put Soul in other schools. And also we have the story of this guy. He's an indigenous guy from the community, from the YU community in the north of Colombia, and he's been using Soul as a way to empower YU youth to preserve their own community with technology. In this way, we've reached over 400,000 people in the last 4 years, very quickly and scalably. And now what we're aiming to do is to take the opportunity of Soul to the private sector, to teach employees or private school students how to learn on their own. And we believe that that could be a profitable way to fund these nonprofits' project of scaling and transforming education in Colombia. Thanks.